This is going to be an update on the garden. Today is August 17th, 2015, and it just finished raining. So, to give you an update of what's going on, this is the cherry tree I planted a couple of weeks ago. Hasn't done much, hasn't died, but doesn't seem to be growing any new leaves yet, so we'll see what happens. This is the lemongrass I also planted a few weeks ago. Has taken off like gangbusters. It might actually crowd out the cherry tree, so we'll see what happens. And here is a look at the 3 new winter squashes and pumpkin that I pollinated, I guess, about 3 weeks ago. And then I trimmed off all the side shoots and they started growing pretty good. So here is one of the winter squashes. Another one. And the third one. I can't really cut the grass around them anymore. Here is my beautiful pumpkin. He's doing well. Huge, about the size of a soccer ball. So he's doing good. As you can see, the rest of the garden is still going crazy. I do have a problem with powdery mildew. So hopefully these plants last long enough for all of the fruit to ripen. That's my Thai lemon basil. Going to flower ages ago. I can't really get to it to pick it, so I'm just leaving it. The bees like it, so. Coming around the other side is my other super duper duper pumpkin that I pollinated. This one and the other one I pollinated on August the 5th. So today is August the 17th. 12 days ago, and it's this big already. Just to give you an idea how big that is. That's my hand. So all of that growth in 12 days. Let's see what else is in here. I picked all of our eggplants the other day. Caterpillars have really done a number on them. But I have them inside. I'm not sure what I'm going to make with them. These are my tomatoes. I probably picked about 10 black cherry tomatoes off of this one so far. A few more growing, but not many flowers at all. So I might have to give this guy some Epsom salt. I think it might be a wind issue where every time it puts out flowers, the wind blows them away. I'm not sure what's happening, but I gotta sort that out. This other one is the Cherokee Purple. It hasn't had any tomatoes and very little flowers, so again, I'm not sure what the issue is. I pulled out my zucchini because it was pretty much dead, taking up space, and crowding out this other pumpkin that started growing right underneath it. So that's my third pumpkin. You'll see something missing in this space right here. This was our beautiful watermelon. We harvested that on Saturday. It was actually 10 pounds and it was perfectly ripe. It was completely full of water. As soon as I tried to cut it open, it almost broke open on its own, and it was glorious. So we'll definitely grow that again next year. We're saving all the seeds. That's another winter squash we have. This is my yellow squash plant. It's seen better days. Still producing squash, although no male flowers are coming up, so it's not really getting pollinated. Another winter squash. And another winter squash back there. And then I have 2 more that are hidden behind all these vines, so we should have a good crop. In the middle here were my peas. I pulled them all up this morning because they had just gotten crowded out and shaded and they weren't growing well at all. So I'm going to take all this down. And then this giant jungle, let me turn so they're not in the sun, are my beans. Clearly I planted too many. It's actually 3 rows of beans here, but it just looks like a giant monstrosity. Lots of flowers. Little beans are growing. So in the next week or 2, we'll be eating beans for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, I guess. What else do we have? pumpkins have infiltrated this section, which was originally honeydew melon and honey nut butternut squashes. As you can see, another pumpkin is growing in here. Happy about that. And if I can just get back here, I can show you our honeydew melon that's growing. Back here, you can see that's our honeydew melon. He's actually a very strange shape. And then this is something new that I've just seen today. I think it's growing off the honeydew melon vine, but it looks an awful lot like some kind of cantaloupe. So, not sure what that is, where it came from, but I'm going to let it ripen and see what happens. In here we also have several honey nut butternut squashes. There's a tiny one, another one in there, a little one there, another one here. So there's several squashes. Here are two more. They're getting ready to turn orange, so they should be growing soon. Getting ready to harvest soon. And then my sunflower jungle. These have been really wonderful. I've been cutting them off, bringing them in the house. They're getting ready to go over now, but a new batch is coming up right in front. And I think this is a different type, so it'll be interesting to see what they turn out like. Then I will give you a quick look at my tomatoes. These are 4 tomato plants that I planted around this bucket in the middle. And the theory is that I've planted the tomatoes really deep and I water inside the bucket, which has holes in it, which should get the water right down to the tomato roots. I'm not sure if this is working or not. The tomatoes look very healthy, but again, not very many flowers, and when they do have flowers, they're not really getting pollinated. The two on this side have no tomatoes yet. This little one does have some tomatoes. These are actually going to be yellow cherry tomatoes, I believe. It's got about 6 on it. And then this tree in the back has one big tomato, but that's it. So, just some marigolds up front for protection. Little parsley in the corner. These 2 little tomatoes, I'm not even sure what variety they are because they were originally suckers from off of these other plants, and I just stuck them in the ground and they're growing good. So I left them. To give you a quick look at my cherry pepper bush. For those of you that are not familiar, these are Bermuda cherry peppers. That's one right there. They're very, very, very tiny, but super, super hot and spicy. We don't actually like hot and spicy food, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them. But there they are. And my mint trough, really. I have mint growing all around here. So that's it for today. August 17th, 2015 update. My bottom garden.